What if I told you Chino home prices are climbing again, while San Bernardino County overall is cooling off, and Chino Hills just jumped over $100,000 in 1 month? Let's break down what that really means for our local market. Hey, I'm Christian Medina with eXp Realty, your local Chino neighbor and real estate expert. Every month I track the numbers that matter the most: median prices, days on market, inventory levels, and mortgage rates, so you can stay ahead of what's happening in our market. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap that bell so you never miss a future market update or a new home tour. Now, real quick before we start, the data we go over always reflects the previous month, not the one we're currently in right now. That's because we wait until every sale, new listing is finalized, so the numbers I share with you are complete, verified, and accurate, giving you the real story of where the Chino housing market stands today. This is your September 2025 update for Chino Hills, and San Bernardino County. All right, so where do we stand as a whole? Home prices are mixed across the region. In Chino, homes are selling at $755,000. They're up from $735,000 from last month, so that's a plus 2.7%. In Chino Hills, they're selling at $1.08 million, and it's up $100,000 from August. That's 11.6% that they've risen. And for San Bernardino County, they're averaging at about $530,000, down slightly, negative 1.8% from September's market update. So what does this information tell us? Even though the broader county is showing signs of cooling, Chino and Chino Hills are holding strong, backed by steady demand and limited supply. All right, so this next slide talks about the days on market. How long is it taking for homes to go from active to pending, meaning in escrow? Countywide, we're showing 33 days. That's up from 22 days a year ago. Chino is showing 25 days, and Chino Hills is 16 days from just a month ago. Buyers now have a little more breathing room to shop and negotiate, but in places like Chino Hills, well-priced homes are still moving quickly. All right, this next slide is going to talk about the inventory, and it's showing that we're starting to find a little more balance. In San Bernardino County, there are 4.9 months of supply. In Chino, we're showing 4 months of supply, and in Chino Hills, we are at 3 months supply this month of September. Now, this is what we call a balanced market. Not a crazy seller's market anymore, but not a full buyer's market either. If inventory stays steady, we'll likely see a healthy mix of both opportunities and challenges through the rest of 2025. This next slide is sale to list price, and it's still showing that sales are remaining strong. For the county of San Bernardino, the sale to list price ratio shows that it's strong. It's at 98%. In Chino, we're at 97.9%, and in Chino Hills, we're at 97.3%. So what we're seeing here is that sellers who price their homes right from the beginning are still getting close to asking price. So it's always important to be strategic and price your home correctly right at the start, and you can get at asking price and sometimes even higher. All right, so the mortgage rates are still in the 6% range. Current average is about 6.34%, 30-year fixed. Forecast to end 2026 is around 5.9%. Rates have been hovering in the mid-sixes, but experts like Fannie Mae expect them to drop below 6% by late 2026, which could reignite buyer activity and affordability. Now, what we do know is that when rates go down, more buyers come into the market. And when more buyers come into the market, it typically drives prices up. So one thing to think about is, do you want to buy when prices are low and interest rates are a little higher, which you can then turn around and refinance when they do come down? Or do you go home shopping when interest rates come down and more buyers are on the market, meaning more competition for you, and you end up buying the home for a higher price? It's really something to think about. So here's my take. This isn't a crash. It's really just a form of a reset. After 2 intense years of low inventory and high rates, the market is finally finding some balance. Chino continues to perform well thanks to great schools, community vibe, and newer neighborhoods like the Preserve and other neighborhoods like the Artisan Collection. Buyers now have a bit more leverage, but sellers still have strong equity. So whether you're upsizing, downsizing, or relocating, the key is having the right strategy for this new phase of the market. All right, so some of the key points here, just to summarize. For buyers, what does this mean for you? You finally have the option and time to negotiate without being rushed on decisions. There's more inventory, which means better selection across price points. Lock in now before rates trend lower and competition increases. And sellers are more willing to negotiate on pricing terms. I've been able to help my last 10, 12 buyers with great incentives. Now, for sellers, you still hold strong equity built over recent years. Also, pricing it right from the start, that strategy still matters, now even more than ever. Professional staging and marketing drive faster sales, and well-positioned homes still command premium prices. If you guys would like a copy of this presentation here, I'll include it in the description below, and there you'll find some information about the area, the snapshots of the September 2025 market update, and contact information here for me. All right, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope it was informative to you. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Chino Hills, or anywhere in the Inland Empire, let's connect. Call or text me at 909-374-4260 for your personal market plan, or click the link below to download my free Chino market guide. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, YouTube thinks you'll love this next video right here.